Scene script. Have you ever pondered the thin line between ethical hacking and cybercrime? What separates these two seemingly similar concepts? Well, let's demystify. Ethical hacking, also known as penetration testing or white hat hacking, is the practice of testing a computer system, network, or web application to find security vulnerabilities that a malicious hacker could potentially exploit. It's a crucial part of maintaining and improving the security of our digital world. On the other hand, cybercrime involves illegal activities including the unauthorized access, use, disclosure, disruption, modification, or destruction of information. The key difference lies in the intent and authorization. Ethical hackers have permission to probe systems and identify security threats, whereas cybercriminals sneak in with malicious intent. In essence, ethical hackers are the digital world's guardians, ensuring our personal, corporate, and governmental data are safe from cyber threats. So, ethical hacking is not an act of breaking into systems illegally, but a process of identifying potential threats and vulnerabilities in those systems and fixing them. Now grasp the essential concepts behind ethical hacking. Firstly, let's delve into the core concepts that form the bedrock of ethical hacking. These include vulnerability, threat, and risk. Vulnerability is a chink in the armor, a weakness in a system that can be exploited by hackers. It could be a software bug, a configuration oversight, or even a simple human error. Basically, it's an open door, inviting trouble. Next, we have the threat. This is the potential danger that can exploit a vulnerability. Imagine a burglar lurking around your neighborhood. The burglar is the threat and the unlocked door, the vulnerability. If the burglar finds your door unlocked, well, you can guess what happens next. Which brings us to risk. Risk is the potential damage that can occur if a threat exploits a vulnerability. In our burglar example, the risk could be the loss of your precious belongings. In the digital world, risks could range from data theft and financial loss to a complete shutdown of systems. Now, let's meet the players in this game. Hackers are not all created equal. We have black hat, white hat, and gray hat hackers. Black hat hackers are the bad guys. They exploit vulnerabilities for personal or financial gain without permission. They're the burglars in our earlier example. White hat hackers, also known as ethical hackers, are the good guys. They use their skills to find vulnerabilities and fix them before the bad guys can exploit them. They're like the security professionals who check for unlocked doors and secure them. Then, we have the gray hat hackers. The ones who walk the line between the black and white hats. They hunt for vulnerabilities without permission but report them instead of exploiting them for personal gain. Remember, the objective of ethical hacking is to safeguard systems and networks from potential threats, not to exploit them. Ethical hacking is about being the digital world's guardian, protecting information and ensuring the integrity of our digital landscape. It's a role that requires a keen understanding of vulnerabilities, threats, and risks, and a commitment to use that knowledge responsibly. Ethical hacking is a systematic process, so what are these steps? Well, ethical hacking can be broken down into 5 phases: reconnaissance, scanning, gaining access, maintaining access, and covering tracks. Each of these phases is crucial, and they all have a unique role in the process. Let's start with the first phase, reconnaissance. This is essentially the information gathering stage. The ethical hacker researches the target system to understand its vulnerabilities. This could involve anything from studying the system's architecture to understanding its network topology. The more information the hacker can gather, the more effectively they can plan their attack. Next, we have the scanning phase. Here, the ethical hacker uses tools to explore the system further, investigating for any weak points that could be exploited. This could involve port scanning or vulnerability scanning. The goal is to find potential entry points into the system. The third step is gaining access. This is where the actual hacking happens. The ethical hacker exploits the vulnerabilities they've found to break into the system. But remember, an ethical hacker isn't doing this for malicious reasons. They're doing it to identify weaknesses so that they can be fixed. Maintaining access is the fourth phase. In this step, the ethical hacker ensures they can stay inside the system long enough to achieve their aim. This could involve creating backdoors or other methods to ensure continued access to the system. Finally, we have the phase of covering tracks. As the name suggests, in this phase, the ethical hacker makes sure they leave no trace of their activities. This is important, as it allows the hacker to test the system's ability to detect and respond to intrusions. So there you have it. Those are the 5 phases of ethical hacking. Each phase of ethical hacking has its significance and contributes to the overall security of the system. A carpenter is only as good as his tools. Similarly, an ethical hacker's effectiveness depends on the tools they use. Now, let's dive into some of the most common tools used in ethical hacking. To start off, we have Nmap, short for Network Mapper. This open-source tool is a favorite among ethical hackers. It's used for network discovery and security auditing. With Nmap, hackers can identify what devices are running on a network, discover open ports, and manage service upgrade schedules, and so much more. It's like having a map of the entire network, hence the name Network Mapper. Next up, we have Wireshark, another open-source tool. Wireshark is essentially a network protocol analyzer, or as some like to call it, a packet sniffer. It's used to capture and interactively browse the traffic running on a computer network. It can dissect network protocols and present the captured packet data in a detailed manner. With Wireshark, ethical hackers can observe what's happening on their network at a microscopic level. The third tool we're going to discuss is Metasploit. It's a powerful tool used for penetration testing, a critical phase of ethical hacking. Metasploit is like a Swiss Army knife for ethical hackers, allowing them to test the defenses of their networks by simulating attacks. It provides information about security vulnerabilities and aids in penetration testing and IDS signature development. Each of these tools brings something unique to the table. Nmap provides a bird's-eye view of the network, Wireshark lets you observe the finer details, and Metasploit helps you put your defenses to the test. All these tools are essential in the toolkit of an ethical hacker, enabling them to assess and enhance the security posture of a system. Remember, ethical hacking isn't about breaking into systems for malicious gain, but rather it's about strengthening systems against those who would. Just like a carpenter, an ethical hacker needs to master their tools to be effective. These tools, when used correctly, can help identify weaknesses in a system and secure it from potential threats. Intrigued by ethical hacking? Wondering how you can become one? Well, let's dive into the core essentials that could kickstart your journey into this fascinating field. First off, it's crucial to understand that ethical hacking isn't just about knowing how to crack codes or break into systems. It's about a comprehensive understanding of how systems work and how they can be safeguarded. So, what are the key skills you need to develop? At the forefront is a strong understanding of networking. From TCP/IP protocols to subnetting, you'll need to be comfortable with the idea of networks, how they communicate, and how data moves around. You should be able to answer questions like, what happens when I type a URL into my browser and hit enter? Next up is programming. You don't need to be a world-class coder, but familiarity with languages such as Python, JavaScript, or C++ can be invaluable. This knowledge can help you understand how software vulnerabilities can be exploited and how to build tools that can help secure systems. And let's not forget about operating systems, be it Windows, Linux, or Mac OS. Understanding the intricacies of these platforms is crucial. This includes knowledge about file systems, user privileges, and system processes. The more you understand, the better you'll be at identifying potential vulnerabilities. Finally, there's the Certified Ethical Hacker, or CEH, credential. This globally recognized certification can give your ethical hacking aspirations a significant boost. It validates your knowledge and ability to uncover weaknesses and vulnerabilities in systems using the same tools and techniques as a malicious hacker, but in a lawful and legitimate manner. But let's not forget, ethical hackers are the good guys. You need to have a strong ethical foundation. You'll be entrusted with sensitive information and systems, and it's your responsibility to protect and secure them. Becoming an ethical hacker requires a mix of technical skills, curiosity, and a strong ethical foundation. So, are you ready to dive into the world of ethical hacking? Ethical hacking is not just about breaking into systems, it's about making the digital world a safer place. We've wandered through the dense forest of ethical hacking together, uncovering its key concepts, understanding the steps involved, and exploring the tools that aid in this journey. Remember, it all begins with a strong ethical foundation. Then we dive into reconnaissance, scanning, gaining access, maintaining access, and finally covering our tracks. Tools like Wireshark, Metasploit, and Nessus are our trusty companions in this venture. Becoming an ethical hacker is not just about acquiring skills, it's about using these skills responsibly to protect and secure our digital environment. It's about being the unsung hero, the silent guardian of the internet. As we wrap up, I urge you to continue exploring, continue learning. Dive deeper into the world of ethical hacking. Who knows? You might be the next guardian of the digital world.